I'd like to talk to you today about another ERISA trap. This trap pertains to a switch of long-term disability carriers right about the time that you're disabled. To illustrate this trap, let me tell you a little story. Cheryl Wallace was a registered nurse. She had a good job working at Oakwood Healthcare. Enjoyed her job, worked hard. She took a little trip down to Belize and came back very sick. And as a result, around October 2012, she had to take medical leave. Unfortunately, her problems didn't resolve, and she lingered on leave for a while until finally she made a brave return to work attempt April 7, 2013. Then, about a month later, it was clear that this was not going to work. She had not recovered sufficiently. She was not getting better, and her only recourse was to go ahead and capitulate to the disability that had arisen in her life. And so she made a claim for long-term disability benefits. The problem is, though, that around January of 2013, her employer had switched long-term disability carriers. So when she first went out on disability in October 2012, she was on leave. She still had hopes of returning. The company was Hartford. But then the next year, the company switched to Reliance Standard. Well, in that situation, neither insurance company wants to pay the claim because they point at each other. Hartford said, "This is Reliance Standard's claim." And Reliance Standard said, "This is Hartford's claim." Well, Ms. Wallace went ahead and filed a claim with Hartford, and it was denied. And she hired an attorney, and the attorney contacted Reliance Standard, and Reliance Standard noted that a claim had not been filed, but if it was filed, it would be denied. They would say this was Hartford's problem. And so Ms. Wallace then submitted her appeal, most likely with counsel's assistance, and Hartford again denied the claim. So Ms. Wallace looked to the summary plan description, did not find any exhaustion procedures in it, and so she and her attorney filed a lawsuit. And they sued Reliance Standard, being convinced that that was the company that should pay the claim, because when she finally went on disability, Reliance Standard was the carrier. Well, the district court eventually ruled in favor of Ms. Wallace, but it took a while. So suit was filed in 2016. And eventually, the district court ruled in Ms. Wallace's favor, but not without a fight. Reliance Standard right away filed a motion to dismiss. And Reliance Standard said, "This is Hartford's claim. It's their problem. We don't want it." They also said Ms. Wallace should have exhausted administrative procedures. And of course, Reliance Standard would send a letter out and put the procedures in their letter, but that didn't really count, did it? The court said no. If it's not in the plan document, that is not the way to amend the plan document, and that's not the way to require procedures, just putting something in a letter like that. So in the end, the district court ruled for Ms. Wallace, denied that motion to dismiss by Reliance Standard, and then Reliance Standard decided they weren't done with this fight, and they took it to the Sixth Circuit, to a higher court. And that particular court found that the district court was mostly right, but that there was some question that needed to be resolved. And so the Court of Appeals decided to send the case back to the district court. So now it is 2020, 8 years after Ms. Wallace first went out, 7 years now after Ms. Wallace first filed for disability, and she still has not received a dime. Not a dime. That's a bad ERISA trap. When your employer switches LTD carriers, it can create problems. You see, insurance companies are like water. Water will always go to the lowest level. They will find the lowest point, look for a leak, and try to get out. And so do insurance companies. They always seek the lowest level and try to escape their responsibility. Maybe someday Ms. Wallace will get her money. Nonetheless, she has gone into that ERISA trap, a no man's land, or a no woman's land in this case, in which she cannot receive a benefit because each insurance company is blaming the other. It helps to have an attorney to assist with fights like this. It helps to have experienced ERISA counsel early on in a matter so that you can win your case and perhaps avoid these kind of delays and this kind of ERISA trap.